Hey, it's Eric Plantenberg. This is part two, actually part three on the Living Your Dream series. So if you haven't seen the last couple of weeks' videos, definitely click the link and head on back to those because this will really set a framework for what I'm going to talk about today. If you listened to me at all last week, you'll have set aside some time, you'll have had a piece of paper and a pen out, and you will have written down some things that you want to do. So now it's time to start implementing them. One of my biggest pieces of advice is to start small. You want to get some wins in your belt. So last week I encouraged you to take some time and to write down what would you do with a 3-day weekend? What would you do with an extra week off? What would you do with some extra time? So right now, just commit to making one of those things happen. And it could be, if you want to go big, great, that's awesome. And then potentially start off with a 3-day weekend. Start off with giving yourself a couple of free days during the week. Get it on your calendar, and the implementation is as simple as doing it. You just have to make a commitment and really frame exactly what it's going to look like. If you want an unplugged time where you're not working, you're not doing emails, you're not checking phone, great. If that doesn't call you, if doesn't seem exciting or fun to you, then good, don't do it that way. But really get it dialed in and get it clear in your mind and set yourself up to win. Set yourself up to do something that you know is going to be good, that you're going to like, that potentially isn't going to be Herculean in its efforts. From that, you'll start to gain some momentum, and then bigger things will just simply become easier. Now, while you're doing that, also be thinking about potentially what your next venture is going to be. Whether it's a week, whether it's a couple of weeks, or even a month off, this is really important. And I want to reiterate, the reason that I'm talking about taking time off and the reason that this is so important to me is because when you do that, when you regenerate yourself, when you refresh yourself, you get revitalized, you show up with a lot more potency. If you're not taking time for you, you might be thinking that you're getting a whole lot done. You might be thinking that you're making such huge sacrifices for your business, for your company, or for your next promotion, or whatever it is that you're professionally trying to accomplish. And I've got two thoughts on that. Number one is, at what expense? Literally, what's this all about? You're not building your business, you're not furthering yourself in your career solely for that end. There's something behind that. And I'm not saying that don't believe in delayed gratification, and I'm definitely not saying that you don't have to do some hard work, but what I am saying is that if you keep delaying things and say, well, someday I'm going to take time for me, and someday I'm going to do X, Y, and Z, someday really never shows up. And then secondarily, you will actually get better results. When you give yourself time, you become stronger. Your mind becomes clearer. You show up with a lot more energy and a lot more, I love this word, potency in what it is that you're going to do. So commit this week, this month, soon. Commit to that 3-day weekend, that several-week vacation. Commit to taking some real big blocks of time off. And then watch how that energizes you coming into those times off, and then be really, really excited about how when you're done, when you're back into work, when you're back into your business, you're more creative, you're more focused, you're more patient, all of the things that you really want to be, you show up when you're giving yourself that time. So this is Eric Plantenberg. Have fun with this. This is supposed to be fun. I know I'm having fun. I hope you are too.